Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, before we get started, we're going to give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect out there feeding the sheep of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai with sincerity and truth. I'm the brother Barak.
Brother Yahweh Law.
Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson, right? And this topic of this lesson is going to be, a lot of people will take the mark of the beast, right? And this is the book of Exodus 23:1. It says, thou shalt not raise a... This is the book of Exodus 23:2. It says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment, right? We're not going to follow most of these people. Even if most people will take the chip, and we're not going to, that's why we don't want to be like most people. We don't want to be with this crowd mentality, right? But we don't want to be like most people, because most people will take that mark of the beast, RFID microchip, once it becomes mandatory, right? Once Esau, the so-called white man, right? He starts taking away, your food supply, right? Your power, your daily, necessities, right?
Yeah, Romans 12:2.
Yeah. This is Romans 12:2, and it says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? And we're supposed to basically renew our minds, right? We have to we cannot conform to these people, right? And if you look up the definition of conform, right? I'm going to read it again. It's Romans 12:2. It says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what Yahweh's will is. His will is His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Right? Go ahead.
So we're doing what's the Heavenly Father, His will is, what's pleasing unto Him. And His will is not for us to go off and to be conformed to the patterns that the rest of the society follows, the philosophies, the lust. The scriptures talk about in the book of 1 Peter, I believe it's 1st or 2nd Peter, we're pilgrims and sojourners, abstain from fleshly lust which war against your soul.
What does this world tell you to do? Go to college, right? Go to go work in a fucking cubicle, right? Get your degrees.
401k.
Right? This is the definition of the word conform. It says comply with rules, standards, or laws, right? And similar to a person, behave according to socially acceptable conventions or standards, right? These people, the world loves its own, so they're going to all conform to this world, right? And as I was saying earlier, we're not supposed to conform to this world or the standards that these people have, right? These people, they will literally take that chip and they're not going to think anything of it.
These people have no backbone. They have no standards for themselves. They don't hold themselves up to a high degree and seek wisdom and the things that are pleasing unto the Lord.
Can I say something? Like you were saying earlier, like there's people we know that literally like they're obsessed with like the latest technology that comes out. Right, that's why you see these people. Esau is always bringing out some new iPhone, right? And then he's the next one, and people are still buying it, even if there's very, 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 very variable differences, right? There might be a different fucking charging port and a different camera, and these people are still buying that because it's the latest technology. What makes you think it's going to be any different when that fucking chip comes out, right? And when fucking Kim Kardashian and LeBron James fucking tell you to go take that chip, are you gonna go fucking take that chip?
You gotta understand that most of these people that have been on this earth, the Lord's not dealing with them. He's not giving them His knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Ultimately, they're set up in vain. As spirits bring forth, either to carry out a specific purpose or reason or judgment, or they're just there, waiting to just, suffer terribly. But the point is these people can't know left from right. I mean, they are really, really delusional and just stiff-necked and out of whack, man.
I was saying yesterday, right? Like There's people that literally all they know is like car, house, work, and food
and sex.
and sex.
That's it. And then their favorite football team and all the players. And
They have it and have their favorite football player's name written on the back of their fucking shirt.
I mean, some even go to the point of tattooing it. That just shows you how fucking stupid of a society that we live in, man. You know, these people are absolutely bugged out. And this is why you got to be thankful, man, that the Lord is dealing with you by giving you this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this truth, which is precious during these times. Because if you don't have the Lord dealing with you and you don't have this word, then ultimately, man, you're going to be confused, man. You're going to be very confused, man. You're going to fall astray to all these devices that Satan has put forth. As the book of 2 Corinthians 2:11 goes into, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, so we see this world for what it is. All right, we see that it's only polluted, all right, a world full of shit, and we understand that this is not our rest. As the book of Micah chapter 2:10 goes into, arise ye and depart, for this is not our rest, for it is polluted, and it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. So if you choose to hold on to this world and be conformed to this world, and put things in front of the Lord, then ultimately, man, you're gonna be like the rest of these people and get utterly fucking destroyed. And we're not gonna speak it sweet for you. You're gonna be utterly fucking destroyed, man, if you do take that chip.
Yeah, your favorite pastor, TD goddamn Jakes, right? These punk ass fucking pastors, man. Fucking you got punk ass fucking Steve Harvey. You think this motherfucker is telling you about the RFID microchip?
He's gonna advertise it.
These people I'm sure Esau, he has contracts for these people that say, if you want your job, you're gonna have to talk about this at X, Y, and Z date. You don't think they have that? This is why they have these celebrities in place. You know what I'm saying? They don't fucking care. They don't have a fucking choice. You know what I'm saying?
Just like the Lord has his prophets and men he sent forth
the Lord has
to wake up our people, on the left-hand side, Satan is using these people as puppets to fulfill a certain role and purpose. All right, and they're all working together. That's why the brother said, if we're pushing out lessons, Esau is pushing out 666 lessons if he wanted to, or videos if he wanted to, I should say. Either deceiving or just folly or distraction. He does more than that through the internet, through the social media.
And brothers from the GMS Chicago camp, they made like a lesson talking about like Satan, he desires to sift us out, right? This devil, he's literally doing anything he can, putting anything in our way, basically to basically like get us distracted or to make us question ourselves.
Yep.
Right? That's why you got these like demons that make you question, anything, whether it be the names, right? Whether it be, if the Lord is really, dealing with you, right? If demonic thoughts towards your brothers, right? Just crazy fucking thoughts, right? And it's Esau, man. It's fucking devil. You know what I'm saying? And he desires to sift us out, and he's gonna ramp up that. Imagine if there's like a meter, right? And he's slowly turning the dial, right, to where it's going to increase and increase even more, right? He's basically, he's going to do that, and when the hour of temptation comes in, a lot of people, they're basically going to just fucking, just say fuck it, and they're going to just take that chip, right? That's why you have to be important. You have to stay sober and vigilant, right? We have to be steadfast.
This 1 Peter chapter 5 and 8 goes into this. Satan walks about like a roaring lion, seeking to whom he may devour. So just like the brother said, he wants to see you get sifted, and he wants to see you get distracted. I'm looking for 0. But going back to the point, this is why the elder apostle Rakah says that you have to keep your medicine strong. It's through praying, it's through fasting, it's pouring into your cup that you're able to stand firm, man, and be vigilant to the attacks of the devil. Because if you're distracted and you're just filling into your flesh every single day, then you're not going to really understand, and you're not going to be as on point. And say that's where Satan wants you, man. So you got to stay always prayed up.
Yeah, He doesn't want you reading the scriptures, right? He doesn't want you listening to brothers' lessons, repost. No, he wants you fucking scrolling on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, looking at ass all day, ass and fucking titties, and he wants you fucking, he just wants you, just being a faggot, and he wants you, working on a fucking cubicle and sucking your boss's dick. That's really what he wants.
He wants you to be a slave.
He wants you to. What's that quote that this devil said? He said he doesn't want a nation of thinkers. He wants a nation of workers, right? They don't want us to think, right? And there's people. Just going back to the main topic, there's people out here, right? These people literally think that there's people in power that think for the best of us in mind. They think that the government has the people's best interest in mind. They really believe that, man. That's why most people, they will take that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast that the Bible speaks of, right?
This is why you got to pray, most importantly, for mercy during that time that's going to come, because it will come soon, man. You got to really pray that you stand firm, that you hold fast, that you have your loins girded about this truth, and that the Lord is dealing with you, man. He's bringing angels around you to help you during these times, man, because it will get tough, and you're going to need the support from the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That's why, we make it, we constantly talk about how imperative it is to rely on Him, to lean on Him, and to put full trust in His name. You got to really believe in the power of His true name, while the rest of this world is bugged out, calling that fucking false name JC.
Yeah, there was this one guy I was messaging, and so, like, I told him about the name, and this guy literally just kept calling on JC, Yahweh, every other name besides the proper name. These people, they were never meant to get it, right?
The elect have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Yep.
Ultimately, the Lord's just not dealing with that particular person, but be thankful that He's dealing with you. And you got to pray that He continues to keep dealing with you, man, and He doesn't cast His presence away from you.
Because literally, like, we'll tell you, and then that's it. The blood is off our hands after that. But you want to go take that fucking chip after we warned you? Because a lot of people, they're going to do it. And a lot of people, they'll do it as basically, there's these other camps out there. Some of them will literally take that chip just to be ignorant, just to be,
just to make themselves seem right.
Yeah. A lot of false fucking prophets. Go ahead.
And then when they do that, man, that's when judgment's gonna hit their ass, man. They gonna get them boils, man. They gonna get them sores, man. Yeah. And then people are gonna see, oh shit, man. They the Lord's gonna put the spirit on them to actually look through Revelation again and be like, oh shit, that actually is the mark of the beast, because then they gonna see them plagues, man, hit once they take that MOTV, man. And at that point, it's too fucking late, man. The Al-Bashi, man, trying to mark your ass for fucking death, man. That's why it's a fearful thing, man. And say the good graces of Yahweh, man, because He can give you up to the market anytime, man.
That's why you gotta go to Psalms. I think it's 51:11.
You have
51:10.
Jeff, sir. You have Can you pull that out, or I can't. It's locked in. Okay.
It's Psalms 51, I believe 11. Cast me not away from Thy presence, and take not Thy Holy Spirit from me. From me, roughly paraphrasing, right? We're doing an in transit right now, so it's hard to pull out these scriptures. But, we got to constantly pray to the Lord that He's dealing with us, man. We got to have fear of the Lord and His power, and the power of His might. Because ultimately, man, it's up to the Lord whether He predestines us for salvation and to make it out of this place. And, we came to find out about this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and this truth. There's no turning back, man.
Yeah, and especially, like, there are a lot of people that want to hold on to this world because they all of a sudden they get like a girlfriend or something, and then then when that time comes, their girlfriend or whatever might tell them take that chip, and they might actually fucking listen to them.
And what I'm saying? Let me say one thing too, because I'm speaking for myself here, man. Be thankful, man, even if the Lord doesn't put a woman or certain things that you desire in front of you, because He could really be trying to protect you, man, because He knows that these women can be a distraction. These family members could be a distraction. So if He brings them away from you, He's preparing you to have that cold heart towards these people because they weren't ultimately meant to receive it, and these people could go against you during these times. So he's separating them from you now.
There's some, honestly, you know, like there's, like you said earlier, like there's nothing in this world that I have like attachment to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nothing you should have attachment to, and it should be like that for you know, everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we should have any sort of attachment to this world. Like there should be nothing, man. Like if shit were to hit the fan, like right now, like there should be nothing that would make you act like what is it, like Lot's wife, where you know you're just looking back. Because what the fuck does this world have to offer, man? It has literally nothing, man. Everything is just disgusting.
God, it's a defiled, polluted world. You know, going back into what we just said in that book of Micah 2:10. You know, this really isn't our rest, man, and it's not going to continue to be our rest until we get out of this place. We need to literally get the fuck out of here. All right, we need divine intervention from Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to deliver us and give us new bodies, and we need to be delivered via the chariots. And you know, Lord willing, we pray, you know, that the Lord predestines us for that salvation, that we're able to get saved during these perilous times to come, while the rest of these people want to hold on and get ultimately destroyed. They are going to get destroyed. They're going to suffer judgments unimaginable. The Lord will orchestrate things that you can only think that would come out of a movie. You know, he's going to allow it to happen to these people because they chose to forsake the Lord. And we told a lot of these people, we were the same prophets that warned them, all right? We told them, and we laid everything out on a simple platter for them to understand, but they still decided to go based off of their own wants.
You'll make fun of us, right? But all of a sudden, when this pastor nigga comes along, all of a sudden everybody's silent, everybody's paying attention.
In a suit or tie, or a priest with a little fucking deacon cap, or whatever little cap that you give him to explain that he's a man of high order. These guys studied for years, okay, and everything that they've done is in vain because they're going off and they're taken away from the scriptures. You got to understand that when we speak, we're speaking according to this word. Whether you like to understand it or not, this is the true 144% doctrine. You have to believe that. Okay, you have to believe that. You're in the right place. Okay? And you got to continue to learn and continue to grow, man, because this is, like I said, all we have, man. All right? What else do we have here? All right? This place is going to fall, man, but this is, you know, this is going to happen, man. The Lord said so. And this is why we have to rely on him for that deliverance. All right? No matter what, you got to, you know, stand firm to the very end. You know, even if it means death. And that's easier said than done, but you got to prepare and ultimately pray to the Lord that he puts it on your spirit during that time. Because it's through the Lord, you know, to put it on your spirit during that time that you stand firm and don't grow weary. Well, the rest of these people are going to, you know, go based off of their emotions, man. And, you know, their thoughts and opinions. You know, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Jeremiah 17:9. All right, so your own opinions, man, if they're not according to what the Lord says, they can get you hurt or in serious trouble, man. You can't lean on your own understanding. All right, you got to lean only on the Lord's understanding, man, and take heed to the men that are prophesying the true word. Okay, from the apostles and elders at Great Millstone on down, man, they're waking up our people, all right, to these times that are to come, man. No matter what, don't take that chip. Okay, is there anything else you got to bring out?
That's it.
Yes. Want to do a quick in-transit lesson, Lord willing. You were edified and exhorted. With that being said, we want to give all glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
Double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well in sincerity, charity, peace, and salutation, all to the Lord's elect. Shalom.